Your vendors can change, your data should not. It's your operation, it's your vendor, it's your data. What we want to do here at Colbor is that we want to enable our customers to build systems. The challenge in our oil and gas industry is that we have a lot of disparate data sets that are coming from all sorts of different sources, all sorts of different protocols, all sorts of different versions of software that are used by our customers, third-party contractors in the field, day to day. And so what it does is that it makes it pretty difficult to build systems on top of that because you don't have a standard version of the data that you're going to get. So the analogy that I like to use is the shipping container industry, actually. So back in the day, think about like those sail ship. They would have all sorts of different crates of different sizes. And so when you wanted to ship something to from Lisbon to New York, everyone in the supply chain will have to handle every package a certain way, right? So your warehouses would have like small boxes, tiny boxes, big boxes, super big boxes. And every time that you would have to handle a new ship coming around, then you'd have to like figure out where things would fit based on the boxes that you would receive. And so it makes it very inefficient over the entire supply chain. And the revolution, for example, in the shipping container industry was the standardized shipping container, where now everyone in the world ships their goods in containers in the exact same size, the exact same layouts. And so the ships, the ports, the trucks, the trains can all have a standard version that they can expect when they're going to move goods across the world. It's a bit of the same principle that we're trying to do with SmartPAD, where we created a layer of abstraction between all that data that comes from all sorts of different third parties that end up in our customer system, and we make it packaged exactly the same way. And that enables our customers to be able to build those systems reliably, knowing exactly where they're going to get from one pad to another, one fleet to another, one vendor to another. It allows the customer to be free from the vendors that they're going to use. So they're not necessarily have to tie themselves to certain vendors because they've built an integration with that vendor before. If there are contractual reasons or any other reasons that they need to move from one vendor to another, it has zero impact on the system that they've built on top of their data. And that allows our customer to not be bound to any specific vendor over time. It allows the customers to have separation and concern between their operational reality and who they need to hire and why they want to hire them, and their data teams and their data system inside their companies. So those two things can be operated entirely independently, because the middle layer that Colbor provides through SmartPAD is going to manage that on behalf of the customer, so that lets the operation side of their business handle things the way they need to be handled without impacting any of the side of the business at our customers that have to manage the data over long periods of time.